And so we end this section 2.1 to 2.2 looking at other graphical representations. We focused on histogram, which is a very important one. We've also looked at some other ones, or we're going to take a look at some other ones here and name them for you. Again, there's a long list of them, and these types depend upon, of course, whether you have your variables are categorical or whether they're quantitative, and you have these different values here. Again, so it just becomes important to know how to read them. That's number one. Number two is we'll use technology in most cases when we need to describe data to draw these things out for us. So it'll be more kind of pointing and clicking, but the key is understanding what story is being told. Here are some temperatures. So one way you do it's a line plot or dot plot, right? The graph shows data on a line, and then you can stack it there. So this is kind of looking at a number line and putting dots in so you can see the distribution. Again, it kind of is like a histogram, but we more likely have single values versus a histogram. We had like a range of values from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, right? Subtle differences there. Something called a stem and leaf plot, right? These are the first digits and the last digits of this one here. If you look at it, this means 87, 87, 89, 90, right? The first digit is the stem, the leaf is the last digit. So it's 101, 103. It's just another way of writing this data out in an organized fashion, right? It's describing them. And looking at this kind of gives you a glimpse, right? You get a peek of what the distribution is, kind of, if you plotted enough points, you can kind of see the distribution. We also have back-to-back stem plots right here. So when you want to compare two variables, right, or a variable with two different data sets here, right? You can then see, compare and contrast them, right? So here's set A and set B. In this case, my stems are the whole number, and then the leaves are the decimal value. So this means 23.5, 23.2, 23.5. Again, just another way to represent it. Someone invented this technique of describing data instead of using a graph. This is called a stem and leaf plot. And again, here's another stem and leaf plot, just using where, because there's so many values, you double up on numbers. So 6, 6, 7, 7 twice. Notice it goes from 0 to 4, 6 to 8. Again, notice these numbers are these numbers here. It's just another way. And if you look carefully, I start to see a distribution here. It almost looks like a bar graph just with numbers. There are more. Again, you have reference to our textbook. Also, our homework assignments. We'll show you some more of these here so you have a better idea. We'll spend more time on box plots later. That becomes in future lessons. Dot plots also. But be familiar, of course, with bar graphs. Most people are. But that's it.